Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mr. Beard. You can see, I know the comments, I see them. Anyway, in front of me I have the Camara model. I saw it when I made the model for Megalania and I didn't think it's real because Stapwing doesn't really put models like this out on the internet, right? And because I'm not in the Discord, I thought this is not real, I thought this is fan-made, but apparently this one is real, right? I apologize for my shirt being a little dirty here, right? Like it's a house shirt. I live in a house. Like the model, not the model, the artwork for Camara, we can already see it looks very different from the one we have in Legacy, right? The model we have in Legacy. They made some adjustments for this one, right? And I can already say it looks human engineered, right? This does not look realistic because animals realistically look like animals, right? You see an animal like a bear, like a hippo, like any of those guys, they look, they're not, they just are how they are, right? They're not really designed to look mean or to look whatever. They just are how they evolved, right? Now Camara here, it looks like it's ready to fight somebody and literally go somewhere and be like, yeah, I am the boss, I am the mafia boss in the regions right here, right? We can see by the neck with the spikes ready to like literally cut everybody with it. An angry fella, right? Like even snapping turtle scales, it says right here. I don't know why it should have that. I mean, it's a creature. Like I like the armor on the legs because obviously this guy knows as it's growing older it's gonna get slower, and because it needs to have that protection it's gonna have armor around the legs and the lower parts for the carnivores that want to bite it. They won't be able to get that through those scales that easily, right? That easily. And again, because it says snapping turtle scales right there, we know it's human engineered. Like they wouldn't be called snapping turtle scales, they would be called Camara scales if they would be Camaras. But you know, again, because the aisle isn't really realistic, and I'm not complaining it's not realistic. The model looks cool, the artwork. Every time I say model, just know I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about the model. I have the model right here, down here, right? We're gonna talk about that in a second. But this is human engineered, and I like the fact that that's not really a problem. The aisle doesn't really say it's realistic. It's more like humans made these dinosaurs. Again, my point that always was and always will be is that Gateway is made by the people bought it in probably nowadays in the years of 2000 something. Like maybe some say 2050, so maybe it's 2020 when this game takes place. We don't know. What we know is that humans exist. They have weapons. What we have, they have. So these dinosaurs were created by the humans, so they could, you know, change them however they like, right? The nose of this Camara, I don't know why it's up there, you know, and not in front over here. I don't know if it's realistic or not. It looks like an Omni got there and got stuck, and Camara was like, all right, I'll deal with it. But yeah, it looks like it has some kind over there. You see that face? Let me zoom in. You see this? It's kind of empty there. You know, in our noses, in here, there's like an empty space when we breathe for the scent to get inside our body and to know what it is. I kind of like it. It's unique, right? Again, it looks like a bully, right? A bully. Even though I think it makes sense for this guy to be a bully because he's slow. He can't really come in an area and be like, you better run because I'm catching up to you, right? Not really. This guy has so much armor and so many things surrounding it. Like probably these things, if you bite them, they're gonna cause you bleed. If you come close to this guy, it doesn't really need to stomp you. It's just gonna cause you bleed because you know, they're scaly, they're sharp. This guy will go in an area and be like, you know what, I am here. You can't do anything about it. Unless you're probably a big Rex or a couple of Rexes trying to get this guy down, you can't really do anything about it. This guy won't care because he knows he's strong. He's like a tank. He's like a tank between an infantry platoon, right? The tank won't care the people are there. What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Really? This guy is probably the same, right? What are you gonna do, Allosauruses? Are you gonna bite me? Are you serious? I have the armor of the gold mods in me, right? So what are you gonna do about it? You see, even here in the bottom left, sorry, in the bottom left, you see the stance of this guy, like literally looking down through, like the eyes are watching that direction, right? Like it's literally ready for anything that you bring him. And of course, it's big, it's strong, it has that mentality, right? Like, I am big, I am strong, I can literally defeat any of you. Come at me, I do not care, right? I do not care. This guy can literally, attack on the right side. This guy is kind of looking to its right, like even the tail it's ready in case something attacks it from the side. So this stance over here is perfectly example of I'm standing my ground, I don't care, come at me, all right, come at me. This stance is like another angle of this bigger one right here, which is absolutely cool. And this kind of looks like that experienced old guy in movies that knows what's up, right? To get this big as a Camara, I'm already seeing like probably 7 hours of growth as this guy, because as we can see here, this is the model. Apologizing for the low resolution, I got it from Reddit, all right? But we can see the scales. Let me just put this a little bit bigger, make it yellow, so you can see the scales that run around along the neck there. You can see them. The armor on the legs, you can see it right there. You see this armor there, it's present, right? It's present. I've seen a comment that they would really like to compare this baby to other dinosaurs in the game and kind of see how big this baby is. I'm saying this baby, obviously when it's coming out of the egg, is probably gonna be like that size over there. I compare to the adult. It's probably a juvenile, right? A juvie, and it's probably the size of a Cerato, let's be honest. Like, I already see the Cerato being like this height, like here. Allo is gonna be about here. A Rex is probably gonna be above there somewhere, right? Something like that, maybe bigger like that, but we know how big Rex is, right? So this guy is probably gonna be able, I don't know how fast it's gonna run, let's be honest. As it's growing, the bones and the evolution and the DNA inside of it, they already know you're prepared to be slow, right? So he's gonna get slower and slower, right? This is probably an adult. I don't know, people have been saying this is the female and this is the male right here. I don't know about that. I think it's more of a... This is the adult and this is the elder model. But even if it was the female and the male, I like the dimorphism, right, between the males and the females. Very, very cool, very interesting. Even the legs here and here, they're thicker here. I like it. I like the Camara model concept. It's very, very interesting, very bully. It would make you feel like you own the forest or you own the fields where you are. This guy, when you're big, when you're an adult, maybe even elder, you have experience and you know how strong you are, and you can even go in water and dinos won't be able to do anything to you. Probably bite your leg and you're gonna just drag the dino along you with the leg, like literally. This is armor. This is probably Ankylosaurus strong armor on these legs, right? Now you see, as a Giga, right? A Giga is probably this size compared to him, right? Giga can bite here, Giga can bite there, where the armor is not that strong. But an Allosaurus, it will have to like look up to bite here, right? Probably here, but as you can see down in the belly, it has the armor. So all the enemies of this guy, as an adult, it will probably be a Giga that can be able to bleed him out, a Rex, a Spino even, and things like that. Like the Dinosaurus is down here, right? The Spino is up here. So the Spino, it's all about getting to these weak areas on the model. This weak side, you see even here, they're like smooth. But as you can see, the shoulders are strong. These probably cause bleed on the neck if you touch them. Probably have a neck attack. The legs, yeah, good luck biting them. You're gonna do no damage, right? Am I right? So again, you see, maybe again these things on the neck are a protection against, Rexes trying to bite the neck in that areas. They're gonna try to bite the neck and they're gonna get scratched, right? And they're gonna take damage and bleed, which the Rex won't probably wanna have, or any other dinosaur. So the only way I can see this guy, you take this guy down, is biting the sides to bleed him, or the tail, or the back if you're big enough. If you bite the neck, sure, you probably do a lot of damage, but you will also get the probably the wound status, right? You're wounded. So yeah, you're gonna take that risk. Good bite, but you're gonna wait until you heal. And by that time, this guy is probably gonna be healed as well. So yeah, we will see. Like I like the head, right? It looks, again, the nose, usually it's there, you would expect it to be there, right? Like you would expect it to be something like that, but I like the nose being there. Again, I don't know, or I don't care about being realistic, because again, the humans designed these dinosaurs, snapping turtle scales, not Camara scales. This guy has some snapping turtle DNA in it. I have a video on my channel explaining how DNA modification works, if you want to look that up. I like it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this model? I think it's cool. And I really much like it. Now, let me know your opinion down in the comments. This guy looks interesting. Imagine a neuro bony Camara looking like this, right? I think neuros are only carnivores, but something like this would be the neuro, which is cool. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. It was me, Mr. Beard. I'll see you in the next video. This is my opinion about the Camara. I like it. I'm not about moving slowly as a herbivore. I already hate slow moving dinosaurs, but looking like this and being like a boss, a mafia boss, and you enter somewhere and you're like, this is my territory now, it's gonna be interesting to play. And the armor and everything and the damage on that neck, you're probably gonna cause a lot of bleed, and yeah, nobody will want to deal with you in case they know they can, right? Like 2 gigas, for example. Thank you guys for watching. It was me. Have a nice one, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video, boys. Bye bye.